when I was trying to hop in. But well, let's do not waste more time and let's hop in. Hi everyone, I'm Alexander Caceres from Panama STEM Education. You can call me Alex or Panda, it's the same. And well, I will be your instructor for today. One of the first things that I want to mention, the reason I got this headband and the Panda name, it's because here in Panama STEM, one of the main, let's say, traditions that we get for education is that each teacher is a, let's say, a superhero, and each teacher have a super name given by their students. So mine, it's Panda. And we got also, let's say, Happiness, and we got also Maleficent and all of that. And we also have a Darth Vader and all of that. Well, yes, I will be your instructor for today. So for today, I will show you a little bit about the STEM ecosystem. What we, let's say, what we're trying to, when we mention the STEM ecosystem, what we're trying to transmit, and what tools do we need as a teacher in order to implement this on our classrooms. So let's hop in. I'm one of those teachers that does not like PDF or PowerPoint or something like that. I like hands-on experience. So one of the main things that I want to tell you about is that our STEM ecosystem, it's a tool, let's say a computer tool or a computer simulation program that students can use Lego robots on their computer without having the physical robot on itself. For example, as teachers, we on our classrooms, we got the physical robot with big desks and all of that. But with this situation, the pandemic situations, all of us are on our, let's say, houses, and our houses are the classrooms. So as teachers, we need to find out a way or a tool in order to give the students that tools, that empowerment, so they can do the same things that they used to do in classrooms and go above and beyond. And one of these things or tools, it's one of the parts of the STEM ecosystem. So I'm going to do my best to show myself on the screen and also one of the tools. I think that you can see it now. Almost, but yeah, you can see it now. And one of the main things of this STEM ecosystem is this tool over here, that it's called Virtual Robotics Toolkit. And it's a software that you install on your computer. It doesn't matter if it is a Windows PC or a Mac PC, it doesn't matter. And that this software brings these tools to the students that they can do all the robotics programming. This is an ecosystem, and I just show you one tool. In a few seconds or minutes, I will show you the rest of the ecosystem. So one of the main things that I want to show you today, it's the, let's say, all the possibilities that as teachers we can apply on this program, on this software, and how we can, let's say, apply some, one of my students like to call it gaming abilities to the classroom. So to bring more, let's say, joyfulness to the classroom, not to be just like, okay, it's just t-shirt talk. So this software, as any other software, it works by licenses and all of those things. But one of the things that I'm going to do for you, I'm going to send you here in the chat the link if you want to download it and install it. The software by itself brings all the, let's say, all the participants and all the students a free trial for 15 days. So if you want to try it the same way that I'm doing it here, you can go ahead. So I'm going to paste it right away. Where is the, I'm sorry, my, okay, there it is. Swapping, yeah, there it is. That is the links in order to download this software, the one that I got over here. Okay. So let's go hop in and show you a little bit about this software. As any platform or robotics platform, we need the robot, and also we need a software in order to give the students the instructions and say, hey, let's try to move the robot forward, backwards, and all of that. And that is one of those, let's say, elements of the STEM ecosystem. So let me show you first this one, the main one, and then I will show you the rest. So on this software, I know it shows a little bit blurry, a little bit, but let's go. So in here on top, you can see there's a lot of, let's say, tools or buttons and all of that. And let's say that I want to go to a sandbox. I want to play just with my robot to move it around. So I'm going to press here. Yes, you can see the little circles. And I see here as a teacher, let me see if I can share my screen so you can see it a little bit better. Somebody asked for some music, so let me try to share some music for you. Whoop, sorry. A little bit of music. So here we go. So at the moment, you should be able to hear the music, the computer music, at the same time to see my screen. So, you know, to be on like to be on the move for knowledge. So let's go. Let me show my camera. Yeah. So in this software, as you can see here in my computer, I got a lot of, let's say, maths or worlds, let's say, challenges and all of that. I can choose anyone that I need. And as I mentioned, I want to try the sandbox just to play around, just to see what things that I can do on the classroom. So I'm going to open it very quickly. And it takes some time in order to load and all of that. Also, if the music is too loud, just let me know, and I will turn it a little bit down. Yeah, if the music is a little bit loud, just let me know. So let's keep going. As I just open this application, you can see there's the little robot at the center, and also you can see that there's like a, let's say, some color squares and all of that. I got this guy over here that is like a computer. Let me place it over here at the right side. And with these, as teachers, this is a new, let's say, ground for us. But for the students, this is like their, let's say, homeland, or they, let's say, natural habitat, because they usually play games on the computer. They usually know how to navigate, move the controls, let's say, they play Fortnite and all of that. And this software, this educational software, works a little bit like a game. So let me show you this. Let me, I need to remove my screen a little bit. Yes, I'm going to remove the, I need to remove the screen sharing. And now, I think now you can see my keyboard. I think it's over here. If I go ahead and press play at the top, you can see here my screen at my bottom left. If I press W, as you can see on my keyboard over here, the robots go forward, backwards. If I press S, if I press A, it turns left, then turns right. Okay. And as you can see here in my keyboard on top, it's time that I press a key, robot move. Now, I know that a lot of us say, hey, I'm a programming teacher. I want to teach the kids programming, not remote control. And there's an option for that. But this is one of the main, let's say, engagement activities for them. So they can feel that, hey, I got my own robot, I got my own math, I got my own, let's say, sandbox or universe that I can try my robot and to move it around, to crash it, it doesn't matter. And that's different things to, let's say, unlock the creativity. So as you can see here, yeah, I'm moving around the robot. And at the same time, at my bottom left, you see here this little, let's say, buttons. Yeah, I know that you can see it on top of mine, and also you can see it here at the bottom left. But as any computer game, since the software is a little bit like a computer game, I usually ask the kids, hey, if you get this ecosystem and all of that, let's say that you're playing a game like, let's say, Zelda, Fortnite, and all of that. How do you move the camera around? And they usually hop in and say, with the right click and move around the mouse. So you can see here, I'm gonna right click and drag along, and you can see that I can change my camera. Yep. And this starts, let's say, to feel more like a video game instead of just one of those lectures that is just the teacher explaining. So if I get this, I can move around, and I see here that at this moment, I'm on a sandbox. So I got a playground just for myself, and yes, I can move along the robot whatever I want. For today, I'm just going to make the explanation on this little sandbox, on this square, but in a few, let's say around 20 minutes, I'm going to show you different maths for different things. For example, if I want to make a little competitions, let's say between my students or our students, to see how they can solve a challenge and apply all those tools, I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. Now, as you can see here, I'm trying to zoom in, zoom out with the mouse and all of this. And it doesn't matter if I am on a laptop or on a tower PC, I can do the same. One of the main, let's say, requests for this software is just to have Windows or Mac. At the moment, this is not available on Chromebooks. I need to be honest with that. But so once they said that, let's keep going. As I get this, I usually ask my students also, hey, if I'm on a game, how I can orbit around my camera, like to see the world from the top. And usually my students say, we always press Alt, the Alt key or Command key on our computer, and then right click and drag along. And as you can see here in the keyboard, I'm pressing the Alt key and I can move along. Now, I know with this, it's no, let's say, nothing fancy, but one of the usual challenges as robotics teachers, or as a, let's say, a STEM teacher, that it's the more appropriate word, is that we usually give the student some mazes that they need to like move the robot around and get to the end as fast as possible. And with this camera manipulation, they can have a better experience. Also, there are some students that say, hey, I usually play Minecraft on my computer, and let's say Minecraft is a first-person game. I want to change the robot camera in order to do that, and they can do so. That's one of the funny things of this. But let's say that I'm just moving the robot around and I just crash it. Let's say I just crashed the robot for any reason, just for fun. And I want to take it back to the beginning, to always have the same starting point. And one of the cool things that we got over here is that we get this button that is a stop simulation button. Usually in the classrooms, before this pandemic, STEM teachers that we have this robot around the classroom, we need to tell the kids, hey, the starting point is this, and all the robots get behind the line and then go. But instead of yelling and saying, hey, go to the start line, in this case, they just press stop and they go automatically back to the beginning. And that is one of the funny things. As this is a virtual platform that each student will have on their own computer, it doesn't matter if the robot crash, let's say explode, or I don't know, something else, just to have some fun. They can stop the simulation and go back to the beginning. Now, I know that I didn't talk about this little guy. This little guy over here at my right side is like a face. I don't know how to call it. It's this little guy over here. But instead of running around to chase this little guy over here, I just got this mask over here. So that's the main reason I don't talk about him. But as I mentioned a few seconds ago, what about if we want to tell the kids how to program the robot to move by itself, no remote control? Um, and one of the funny things about this software, as this ecosystem goes around, it got a software that it's called Lego Mindstorms, this one over here at the bottom. Usually, a lot of us as teachers have seen this software before. Um, this is the teacher software. It's a graphical based software. Graphical based, I'm sorry, yeah, a let's say block based language. And it's like we are writing on a, let's say, notebook that we are going from left to right. And I see here there's a lot of flags. That's a lot of it. But I'm going to do something very, let's say, simple. I just want the robot to go forward. That's it. Just to test around. And one of the main things that I can see here on this screen, I don't know if you can see it, but let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see it a little bit better. Let me put you some music, to be in the mood. There you go. Now it's working. So in here, you can see that it says Educator Vehicle EV3 or EV3 Educator Vehicle. And at my bottom right, I got the same name. In real life, before this pandemic, as teachers, we usually just plug the USB cable to the robot and that's it. But in here, we just need to press this little Wi-Fi sign and that's it. There's no cables. Okay. Now, the main reason I put this guy over here is for you to have a visual reference that this is the robot and it's connected over here. So I'm going to zoom in on this software. And this is the second part of this STEAM ecosystem. We got one that is the universe where the robot will be, and the tools for the students and the teachers to move around and make some activities. And this one that is programming, let's say programming language. But one of the main things we have right now is that what about if I'm a teacher that doesn't know how to program a Lego robot? What I can do? I can, let's say, just play it around and put something and do my best. Or there should be always a better way, and there is. One of the parts or the third icon or third, let's say, element of the STEM ecosystem is a, let's say, a web-based platform called STEAM Virtual that will teach us how to program the robot. And as right now, I don't know what I'm doing right now at the bottom of my screen. I'm just gonna let it like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my school, let's say, email address to access this website. So as you can see here, I got this little button that says LMS. Just gonna press it. And as you can see at my right side, there is like a Microsoft login. So I'm gonna type around very quickly my email address. This is just my testing email address, so don't copy it. So I'm gonna hop in to this STEAM Virtual website so you can see what is this web-based tool. Keep in mind that we want to make the robot move, but we don't know how to do it. So as right now, what I'm doing right now, I just log in on the same software. On the same software, I just log in and I get this website at my right side. So I got the robot on the left, this, the platform at the right side. Let me go ahead and hop in with my email address. Sorry. Let's wait a little bit and, I'm sorry, it's in Spanish. Let me go ahead and change it to English. And this platform, steamvirtual.com, is a web page, but it's already integrated to this software, and you can choose any language of your choosing. In our case, it will be English. So let me go ahead and change it. And you can see it's like a little bit divided by the half. So I'm going to scroll down and I see there's a virtual robotics toolkit, just how to use the software. There's a robotics introduction. So let's hop in and see what we have over here. Oops. Oh, my bad. Oh, it was here. So I'm going to hop in to one of the courses. Yes. One of the courses that I, let's say, one of the lectures that I do with the kids. Right now, I am on Robotics Introductions for 7th grade. It doesn't matter the grade, it's just to give you an example. And as I scroll down, I see here that what is robotics and what are all these concepts that we need to know as STEM teachers. What's STEM, the most important one, that's in here in this unit that have different videos that show the kids and our also as teacher show us these little concepts, and it also have quizzes in order to let's say measure the engagements of the kids. So I'm going to skip the introductions to robotics to hop just right in on how to move the robot to go forward, just to go to the what we really need. So as I hop in, I don't know why this is in Spanish. I'm sorry, little mismatch over here with the language, but doesn't matter. And when we hop in, there are some videos that show us how to move straight. So this one is supposed to say move on straight line, but I don't know why. Right now, the moment I get this language glitch, but don't worry. So I'm gonna hop in, and in here I will see one video that showed me how to do it on one software, and another video that showed me how to do it on another software. So I'm gonna use the first one, and I know that.
Hey, Sónicos, qué emoción nuestra.
I'm sorry for the volume, but I know that it looks a little bit like small. I need to take it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to press on this LMS button, and I got it like this. So I'm just going to mute the video just to show it to you. And to give you like a very quick rundown, on this video, the teacher is explaining what are those blocks, where they have those colors, how we can program on this robot, and which one we need to use in order to move the robot forward. So as you can see, you got all these graphics, all these guidelines, and yeah, I know that there's some words on Spanish, but yes, something that we need to change. But I see here that the teacher on this video just choose this one, that it got this little steering wheel. So as the teacher got this steering wheel, I know, okay, that's it. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go back just to see what I have to do. So I see here in this little guy that she choose the one with the steering wheel. So let me see on my bottom, I got this one, I don't know. So I'm just gonna press delete. And I'm going to search for that same block that says move steering. I know I'm talking a little bit fast, but it's just to give you like a brief example of how this ecosystem works. As I see here in the video that she's just playing along with that block. She just presses and goes forward a lot. So if on the video, this teacher on this Steam Virtual, this third element of the ecosystem, she shows us how to program. Let's try it ourselves. So we already got the robot, we already got the same, let's say, block base over here. And at the moment, let's say that we don't understand what those icons means, but what I know, if I press play, the robot should move. So I'm gonna press play over here, and oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, here it is. My bad. I was doing something before this session. I'm gonna do what, I don't know. It's hiding from myself. I'm gonna press play and see if the robot works. So, where is it? Yeah, on this green play, and let's see. Nothing happens. The robot is like, stop. And one of the funny things that we got on this is that, okay, we got the videos on the right, we got the robot on the left, we got the programming language at the bottom. I know it seems like a lot, but this will be like our little textbook on our right side. And let's go ahead and turn on simulation. As you can see, I got this like the remote controls that we were using before. I'm going to put back the robot. But right now, I'm going to press this green icon. So as you can see my hand, there's no remote control over here. Bend the magic, so it should work. It crashed. I bet it crashed. I don't know what. Oh, now it works. Now it worked. It's trolling me. So let me put it back. And if I press, yeah.
Pero no pudimos apreciar el número de la...
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. So as I'm going to press play on the top and then press play at the bottom. The robot should move. Hey, well, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, if I press here on the right side, well, today is not my tech day. My software is, I don't know, it's crashing, but that should not happen. But those are funny things that usually happen on the computer. So at the moment, I'm going to remove my screen just to reload the software and keep explaining about this. If this happen, yeah. Yes, I stopped sharing, but you can see it on my camera here at the left. Yes, I will keep like changing and playing the camera and all that. If this happens, as any other software, we just say close and open again. Let's say that on Windows, if something comes up, just reboot the computer and that's it. Well, I don't know. I think this is my my situation at the moment. But yes, as I was mentioning, this is Steam Virtual. It's a web page. This streamvirtual.com you can access via any web browser. It doesn't matter, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, it doesn't matter. You can access to it from a cell phone, from a laptop, and in the meantime that is the software is loading up. This is the platform that I was showing to you a few seconds ago. It's a web page, steamvirtual.com. At the moment, I'm gonna press, paste here the link if you want to hop in and see all these icons that I got over here. And this platform has a lot of courses that usually are like a self-guided course that help the teacher make their robotics classes a little bit like a flipped classroom, that the students by themselves hop into the web page with their let's say school login access, and they start watching the videos and practicing by themselves. So when they see their teacher again, they can just go ahead and make some challenges. So this is the Steam Virtual that I mentioned a few seconds ago. So now it's back. Now it's back. So go ahead and hop in very quickly, and let's keep going. Let's a second over here. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a noise over here. But yeah. So it's already loading, and let's hop back to where we were a few seconds ago. So I'm going to go ahead back to the sandbox, and then as I already log in on the page at my right side. Yes, I already log in on the web page on the right side, but at the moment I'm not going to access the video. We already know, or we already see what. Yes, we already see how to do that. So I'm going to move this a little bit. What we're going to do at the bottom, Lucas, yes, I'm gonna solve that question to you in a few seconds. Yeah, so yeah, as we were here before the software crashes, I'm just gonna place this little software over here and then go ahead to do the same. So let's play on the top and play at the bottom. And now, the magic, as you can see, the robot move by itself. So I'm gonna change the camera so you can see it right now. That's the main reason I show you the camera first before we do this challenges. So I'm gonna press play at the top and then press play at the bottom. As you can see, no hands, it moves. And one of the things that I see here is that it moves just a little bit. What about if I want to go a little bit forward? And I see here this software, Virtual Robotics Toolkit, and the Lego Mindstorms. They talk by itself. And if I keep exploring Steam Virtual, the platform, with all the courses, I will find out that this robot can only be moved by, let's say, degrees of the wheel or rotations of the wheel or revolutions of the wheel by seconds and to be by itself. But I see here that on the, yes, on the past video that the teacher have moved the robot onto this little block on my left. And I see here all these icons, and I'm going to change this guy just to play along. So let's say that I got 5 fingers, so I'm gonna place 5, just to play around. And then I'm gonna try it again. Press play, and then press play, yeah. And let's see if I can reach this little square. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was reached. So, and I can keep playing with all the values over here on this safe, let's say safe haven for to play along, to crush a robot, to make the robot, let's say, move fast and all of that. And one of the, that's one of the cool things that we got on this. It's a, let's say, environment, safe environment for playing around, test our creativity, and also to explore all the programming concepts. And also we got a guide that is steamvirtual.com that teach us as teachers and as students how to do different things. So before we keep going, I'm going to ask, I'm going to answer the question of Lucas. Um, yes, Lucas, there's a, a fee. At the moment, I cannot give you the amount because I'm not the sales guy. I'm just another teacher. But what I can do, and for all of us here on the session, and also thank you for attending, I can give you my email address. So if you got any question about the fee and all of that, you can just throw my email, and I will ask the rest of the team so they can give you all those type of details. Yeah, I know that this type of presentations, it's better to have the teacher that is with the kids instead of have the sales guy. So that's the main reason I'm here. I'm also a teacher like all of you, that it's day by day, let's say, having fun with the kids and also at the same time teaching them all these STEM important concepts. So, and also, Lucas, thank you for that question. I'm going to type down very quickly my email address. Here it is. Thank you. Here it is, my email address. So you can throw me an email at any moment, doesn't matter. And I will get you in touch with the right person for that, or the right, let's say, the right, with the right team for that information. But well, let's keep going. So as we already see this, okay, we already moved from road boom forward, backward, but I know that a lot of you is asking, hey, but what about if I want to go, I want to do something else. I don't want this sandbox. I want to challenge myself to do a different, let's say, a different map. And here on the screen, I just hop back to the beginning, to this square. Let me go ahead and close this guy. Yeah, yeah. I just hop back here, and I see here that at my left side, I got here a tab that says competitions, and also a tab that says first Lego League. That's a very, let's say, common name for a lot of us that are in this robotics, let's say, scene. And also we got a World Robot Olympiads, that also those type of matches that happened all these years, and also for the first Lego League, all these challenges for this last years. But as I mentioned at the moment, there's so many elements of this STEM ecosystem. We got the simulator, the first one. We got the programming language, the second one. We also have a Steam Virtual, that's the website for teaching us the concepts. But as there's one website, there's another one that is for challenges, for competitions. And that one, that's called Robot Virtual Games. So I'm going to show it to you on a second. And this one that I'm showing on my screen, I know it's a little bit yeah, now you can see it a little bit better. I just pasted the link on the chat. This one over here, this Robot Virtual Games website, it's a central place for different competitions. It's like a repository of different mats just for internal school challenges, or if we want to go, let's say, a challenge that is nationwide, or we want to go with all America or all the world. This page. No. I'm sorry to hear that, Batavia, but don't worry about it. I'm just going to like explain it a little bit over here. But yes, this is like a central place for all those of challenges. As this is a central place, this web page doesn't have the maps, but it have the access for the students, so they can, let's say, register themselves on a competition. And the main reason we bring this concept along is that our students, a lot of them, plays, let's say, League of Legends, Dota, World of Warcraft, and all of those competitive games that they usually have like a leaderboard that they can see if they are the best or who's on top and all of that. And this page that I'm showing to you at the moment, it's that little leaderboard for all those type of competitions. So let me go ahead and access. Sorry. Let me go ahead and access with my same school address. As you can see, it's a Microsoft account. Doesn't matter if we got Gmail, we can work something out for that. So let me hop in with my school address again. Now, and this page is also like a Steam Virtual. It got different languages. At the moment, we got English and Spanish because our main, let's say, main students usually speak or English or Spanish. So at the moment, this page is both languages. So in here, as any game, I can choose an avatar. So I'm bald, and I got glasses, so I choose the Dalai Lama avatar. And I say, hey, I just log in. I want to go to a competition. So I'm gonna hop in, and I see there's a lot of different mats that didn't show uh, before. That wasn't showing the software before. So I got here a lot. And these mats or challenges or competitions, some of them are free for anyone in the world. Some of them are, let's say, country-based. Let's say all the students from the United States can hop in. All the students for, let's say, Albania hop in. And you can see it because there's a lot of colors and all of that. And usually there's some also challenges in here that say, hey, I just want to make an internal challenge just for the school. And in this page, you can, as a teacher, you can also set up those type of challenges. So I'm just going to scroll a little bit uh, just to show you a little bit of them. There's a lot, so I'm not going to on detail of that, but there's a lot of them. And And in this little image over here, I know it's a little bit blurry, but I think it shows a little bit of the example of what I want to choose to show it to you. At the bottom left, I got a maze that I mentioned at the beginning, and also on the top, I got this little challenge that it's the black cans challenge. Usually on our classroom, we get some Coke cans over there, and we ask the kids, hey, try to push out of the table all those cans. And we get the same challenge over here. As we do it let's say on the classroom before the pandemic, we also do it here on the computer. And the students feels that they're playing along. So I'm going to hop into this maze just to show you what I mentioned. Let me go ahead for the web page to access to it. And one of the funny things about this is that this is the fourth element of the ecosystem. We got the simulator, the programming, the lesson page, it's the virtual. And also we got this challenge web page. Uh, well, yeah, there's no more. The fifth element is the cool teacher. And I know that all of you are awesome. So as we already see here, this page, it's in English? Yeah, it's in English. I see here a little banner, a little demonstration of what is the maze. And without reading the rules, that I got the rules over here at the top. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Yeah. Without reading the rules, I can understand I need to move the robot from point A to point B, from the green square to the red square. That's what I'm understanding as any teacher that say, hey, I think this was a little bit easy, a little bit. So as I scroll down, I see here, oh, this challenge is open to anyone, and anyone with a computer with the software can hop in and does this challenge. And it's open for, well, it's open, actually, it's the year long, it's open. And in here, you can see that all the countries, it doesn't matter any country that we are, all the countries that have access to the software can also access to this little map. That it's not downloaded on the software. This is an additional, like a plugin that with the same school access, you can hop in and register in this type of competitions. And in here, you see this little, well, this big leaderboard. And you can see here students from Malaysia, students from Mexico, the US, scroll down, Colombia, and Puerto Rico, Panama. There's students from all around the world. So as we get this, let's laugh a little bit. Let me go ahead and search by myself. I go ahead and search. So at the moment, that's me. I'm around the world at the 123 place. So I'm at the bottom of the food chain at the moment. And the ones on the top are all the students that are playing day by day on this map. So as you can see here, there's a lot of students, around like 500. So there's a lot. But if I want to register in this competition and I want to try it myself, I see here a green button that I can just click on it, register, and as we are using the same email address, my school email address, at the moment that I register here, automatically it will appear here on the software on Virtual Robotics Toolkit. When I press competitions, automatically it will show in here at the bottom that says beginner's maze, or in Spanish that's laberinto novatos, or beginner's maze. I just register and you can see it. Here it is. It's the same maze that I show you on the webpage. Same one. So I just hop in with my email address on the software. Just one account for all, to roll them all. Like the Lord of the Rings, one ring to roll them all. And with that one account, it doesn't matter if I'm a teacher or a student. With that account, I have access to the simulator, programming, the lessons in Steam Virtual, and also this competition challenges. And one of the funny things is that at my bottom, at my top left, you can see that it says competition mode. And let's have some fun. I'm going to press play, but watch what happened to the robot when I press W. It's supposed to move, but I'm just pressing with the buttons here on top of mine. And it looks like a glitch, but it isn't. And the main reason is that as teachers, we usually give the students practice. Hey, just go ahead to the sandbox, play along, and all of that. But prepare yourself. There's a competition coming. There's an exam coming, and this is it. These competitions are like let's say, exam resources for us, or a test for the teachers to give the students. That if they let's say, uh, if they pay attention on our classes, how to move the robot along and go forward, backward, and all of that, they should be able to move the robot on this without the remote controls. And as you can see here, I just press play at the top. I'm pressing W, and it doesn't go. So this is the real deal, for example. And at the moment, I'm not going to solve all the challenge, but to give you like a brief explanation of it. As I can say, hey, I'm a little bit lost. I need some explanations of how to move the robot along. Let me go ahead and close this guy. Before we already, yes, we already see that we already know how to move the robot to go forward. That's it. And I can explore at the same time, staying virtual as a student, and guide myself how to make the robot turn around and all of that. Also, there are some teachers that say, hey, let's go ahead and make this test, but without Steam Virtual, without the book. Just you and your computer and a cup of coffee and have fun. And as teachers, we can choose that. So give the students this extra resource so they can guide themselves at the same time that they solve the challenge, or they can, let's say, just remove. So I'm going to make just a little explanation over here, just to make the robot turn, and show you something else, and to finish with that. Yes, we're about to finish over here. So We already got this, that the robot move forward 5, let's say 5 wing speed, wheel spins or rotations. And let's gonna try it. Press play at the top, play at the bottom, and I'm gonna crash. Oh no, I just crashed. Doesn't matter. Just go ahead and go back. And I see here I got 1, because I'm gonna press 1. But as this is a steering, move steering block, and as a student, I usually use my bicycle around, so I know, and as also as a teacher, if I move my car to the left, it should move to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play along with this little steering wheel or steering arrow over here, and I'm going to use my, um, on Spanish we call it recta numérica. In English it should be the numeric, I don't know, the numeric line that's called minus values at the left and right values at the, I mean, plus values at the right. We use the same concept over here. If we want to move left, we got a minus value over here. You can see minus 20. And I can go ahead and play it along with all the values over here. Okay. I don't know how to call it in English. I'm sorry. I'm trying to translate it, but I don't remember it at the moment. So I'm going to choose an arbitrary value just to go ahead and play it around and test again. Play, play. And I say, something comes up. I choose left, but it moved right. So let's try it again. But now, instead of moving this little slider, as a teacher, we want to just type down the value and that's it. I just type down 53 and you see that it changed itself. And I'm going to press stop and try it again. And I can try it as many times as I want. And now we have some progress. We'll return the robot by itself. But now we need to put I like those phrase that says metal to the pedal, like to put the robot to go forward as fast as he can. And as we are writing down or programming as a notebook that we write from left to right, I'm going to choose another block and put it at my right. Now, as you can see on my computer, if I keep going on the programming language, I will get like a long string, a long string. And one of the funny things is that I can move my string at the bottom or at my right. Okay, I can choose as a teacher to structure my code whatever way I choose to be. So I'm gonna uh, press 5 over here just to move to go forward. And I know that a lot of us as teachers, this EV3 software is a little bit new, but a lot of us are already familiar with the Scratch software. And I'm going to show you as a last thing for today, another way to program the robot using a Scratch-based language, all included on this Steamy ecosystem. So I'm going to press play at the top, at the bottom, and now you can see that the robot moved. And also there's a funny thing. In here it says 5 points for making the turn. I know I crashed with the wall, but I just got 5 points. So I'm one step closer to the finish. And one of the things that I noticed here is that I got a scoreboard. I got a little timer here. So if I try to do it again, and you can see the timer, I just stop, and then I'm gonna press on this little guy that I didn't use. I see here the time that my robot takes in order to get to that little um, corner. And I see here, okay, I got a bad, let's say, let's say, I don't know how to call it. It doesn't work. So don't worry, I'm going to stop it and then try it again. as it never happened. I can have, as a student, a clean slate to try it again and again and again and avoid that frustration that I never remember. Where do I put my robot, or the timer start after my robot, and all of those little things that usually happens on our classroom or physical classroom, that in here, as this is like a software, I mean like a game, those tasks are already automated. So as you can see here, the robot already moved and all of that, all this funny funny stuff. But what about if I want to use a more familiar or easy way for me to teach the students another way to program the robot, more familiar to Scratch and more inclined to be, let's say, uh, like Python or Java or any other software that we usually use on college. And right now, on this same software, I'm going to switch between the block base that goes from left to right to the one that looks like so it looks like Scratch. So I'm going to do it very quick. I'm going to press F8 on my computer, and this window that I got on the bottom, that one, it's a Microsoft software that's already included on all of this, that it's called Microsoft Main Code. Okay, and as you can see here, it looks a little bit like Scratch, but this time, instead of going from left to right, I'm going from top to bottom, more like any traditional language. And a lot of us are already familiar with Arduino's concepts, with electronic concepts and Raspberry Pi's concepts. We see here this little structure that are a little bit familiar. And let's say that we're not gonna use this forever. Let's gonna delete it. I can go ahead and press delete on my computer, or I can move it to trash can. And I watch this. I just got one robot, but I can use two different type of languages, almost three different type of languages to program the same robot. So as a teacher, I got more tools that I usually have in order to teach the students different concepts that usually they are not just programming concepts. They can be also math concepts. And in here, uh, I just skipped the same virtual explanation. I'm just going very briefly to show you. I see here all the options on my left, and I got this one that says steer motors, and I'm using that one because in here it says smooth steering. Okay. And I see here something very funny. I got the steering, and in here I got the turn ratio, so I'm gonna place 53. And here I got the power, and here I got speed, it's the same, and I got the rotations also, and I got here the rotations also. And just by watching this little block on the top, I can do the same in here. I can do the same programming on this different language to make the robot move the same way that I want. In here, you can see that the code goes from top to bottom, like any traditional code, like Python, Java, C, any of those. And I can go ahead and press play, also this green play over here, and make the robot move the same way as before, as you can see it right now. And the main reason I show you all this STEAM ecosystem, and yes, I'm going to change back, is that as teachers with this classroom, we got a lot of tools that usually we you just use one, or we hear it by another teacher a friend that tells us, hey, I'm using this and this and this. But in here, we get all these tools integrated on one ecosystem. That with one, let's say, one main software that I install on the computer, it already connect to different servers for the lessons, that is Steam, Steam Virtual, and for the challenges, that is Robot Virtual Games. And also, I got different practices. I got different lessons to know how to program in different languages. And I unlocked with this a new level or a new experience for my kids. So they can feel that they're playing on the computer at the same time that they're, say, getting new knowledge. And the most important thing that they usually have a lot of fun. So I'm going to stop the explanation over here. I know that there's a lot of things. Let's go through it as fast as possible. But if you got any type of questions, you can go ahead and type it down on the chat, so I can go ahead and answer to you right away. But with this, yes, with this, I will stop my Steam ecosystem presentation because that's a lot of concepts. I hope that you like it. We doesn't need to have any prior knowledge in order to program or in order to teach robotics. This platform already teach us the teacher teach us the concepts that we need at the same time that they teach the kids. The main, let's say, ability that we need to have as a teacher in this type of cases is to be open-minded, to let's say, to have the ability to experiment this different or use this different type of softwares to have a different experience at the moment that we're teaching some STEAM concepts. But yes, I know there's a, a lot of things. But yes, keep in mind, if you have any questions, just go ahead and drop it in the chat. Also, I'm going to place again my email, so uh, you can go ahead and uh, yeah. And any question that you have, you can go ahead and also put it over here. But with this, officially, our time's up, and we will finish the presentation. Hope you like it, and have a nice day, everybody. Panda out. Bye-bye.